I hope you guys are ready. This will be a good thriller mystery, Friday night thriller mystery. Call of Cthulhu. You know, I've been doing a lot of research on this. This whole Lovecraft genre and the whole Call of Cthulhu genre. And it took me a while to understand it. And believe me, it's even more difficult to explain it. The best way to explain it is it's a combination of psychological thriller, horror, mystery, intrigue, madness, the unknown, and a lot of investigation. I guess you could put Sherlock Holmes into it to some degree, because there's definitely some Sherlock Holmes investigation here. Even for me right now, I'm still trying to understand the whole concept of Lovecraft and Call of Cthulhu, the meaning of Lovecraft, all of that. So it's horror. Let's just put it and circle it. It's a horror, but it's more of a unknown mystery. You know, unknown, psychological, madness, mystery. I hope you guys will enjoy this. We're playing this on PlayStation 5. Thanks to PlayStation Plus, we're able to play this. As I mentioned this earlier, it would be trust me when I tell you, it would be impossible for me to do this. And I'm being very, very honest and very frank and very candid with you guys when I say this. I'm being as candid as I can be. Candid meaning honest and frank. There's no way I'll be able to do this and play these video games if it wasn't for the Game Pass and PlayStation Plus. Honestly, this is the only way I can do it. Anyway, let's adjust the brightness here. I already see some Lovecraft demonic symbols here. I just want to say for some of you who have, you know, anxiety, maybe this game is not for you. Maybe this live stream is not for you. For those of you who are easily scared, maybe this live stream is not for you. But if you happen to be Baba Yaga, John Wick, like me, well, strap on the seatbelt, because you're gonna need it. Because we're about to enter some madness here on a crazy ride. This madness of Call of Cthulhu. Or Cthulhu. Alright, well that was corny, wasn't it? Oh, definitely corny. I'll just have a little bit of brightness. Not too much. Just slightly a little bit. So you guys can see. Just a little bit. All right. I think we're ready. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're ready. I'm going to make sure the subtitles are turned on as well. All right. Without any further ado, as they say, without any further ado, I repeat, without any further ado, let's continue. This is Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He's now a private detective who has trouble finding a case, able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly, or risk losing his license. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane, hideous, and H.P. Lovecraft. That's the author. I think. Alright, so who is H.P. Lovecraft? H.P. Lovecraft was an American writer of weird science, fantasy, and a horror fiction. He's best known for his creation of the Cthulhu mythos. Cthulhu mythos. Born in Providence, Rhode Island, well, he was born in the Providence of Rhode Island. And that's all you need to know. H.P. Lovecraft, the American author. So that's what the Lovecraft is. It's based on a writer. I guess you could call him a grandfather of mystery and horror and science fiction and fantasy horror fiction. Well, I wouldn't say so much science fiction. More of a fantasy and horror fiction. H.G. Wells would be science fiction. So what H.G. Wells was for the science fiction, right? This is what H.P. Lovecraft is for fantasy and horror fiction. All right, so does that make sense? Because I don't want to get nothing wrong here. Right? So what H.P. Lovecraft is to fantasy and horror fiction, that's what H.G. Wells is to science fiction. These are very classic, old authors, and I'm trying to give you a little information of this author and this game. It's obviously inspired by Call of Cthulhu mythos, and H.P. Lovecraft is the grandfather of science fantasy, weird science fantasy, and horror fiction. Just like H.G. Wells, it's known for his science fiction. So what H.G. Wells is to science fiction, this is what H.P. Lovecraft is to science fantasy and horror fiction. To me, they're both kind of similar in a way, except science and horror fiction can go into many different realms, but so can the science fiction. They're really not that different. You know, where do you think the inspiration of the X-Files, the Out of Limits, the Twilight Zone comes from? It comes from these authors, man. It comes from H.P. Lovecraft. It comes from H.G. Wells. You know, that's where it comes from. That's the inspiration. You know, so I'm giving you a little history lesson. You know, about H.P. Lovecraft. Okay? Because I don't know how many of you know this. You know, now if you know this, well then you already know. But I guarantee you most of my subscribers don't know who H.P. Lovecraft is, and they're not familiar with Call of Cthulhu. So anyway, without any further ado, let's continue. I don't know where I'm at. I'm somewhere. I'm everywhere, and I'm nowhere. Where am I? See a lot of sharks. Oh, that's creepy. There's got to be a way out of here. There has to be. Because I can't stand spending any minute longer here than it needs to be. The smell. I can't stand the smell. Smell of a fish oil. Smell of a fish market. Wet fish market. I guess this is the only way out. Right here. Maybe not. I need to look for some sort of clues. There has to be something here I can use. Wait. I see an opening. What do we got over here? We gotta keep looking. There has to be something here I can use. Oh, there's a boat. This might be my lucky day, huh? What the hell is this? Keep on going. Wait, there's another opening over here. No, it's not an opening. It's just a little. This game, it's already playing tricks on me, huh? It looked like a pathway, but it's not a pathway. There's nothing here. We have to proceed outside. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Uh-huh. Now we're talking. We got a bolt cutters. Use the bolt cutters.
In my wake, hold along.
What?
Fate inescapably draws you on.
Let me see. Am I dreaming this? Sounds like a music to me. Could it be? We must find the bolt cutters around here again. Oh no, the door is open. What in the world? What in the world is this? On my ass. What in the world is this? One might ask. What am I seeing? One might ask. Where's that? Where's that music coming from? And why does the stone looks like a face? Why does it look like an alien face? Huh? Why? Why do you look like an alien face? see it? Right there. Right there. Right there. You see it? Right there. Right there. Right there. I gotta take a photo of this. What does this mean? Has 2 eyes and a mouth, like an alien.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
Chosen for what? To run? But maybe I don't want to run. Maybe I don't feel like running. Have you ever thought about that? What if I don't feel like running? Huh? Am I dreaming this? Am I here? Or am I somewhere else? What am I doing here? What is this?
Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
I hate whiskey.
So I was dreaming. So I'm a private detective. And I have been dreaming. And I have been drinking whiskey. Clearly. But why does the orange juice taste like whiskey? Why does the orange juice taste like whiskey? Unless you put whiskey and mix it with orange juice.
I wonder why I still take these things.
Why do I take the sleeping pills? Well, for the one obvious reason. I want to sleep. I want to have a long night's sleep. I guess I can have one more glass of whiskey. Why not? Have a drink. No, don't drink it yet.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Pierce Investigation Agency. October 20th, 1924. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay. But I know that if I stop, the memories will return one of these mornings. I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in dreams, but they're different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creatures is calling me? I don't have any information yet. I don't have any clues. This is my lighter, Lost Battalion. My old lighter that I engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. Lost Battalion. Lost Battalion. 10/7/18. Lost Battalion. 10/7/18. I can only assume one thing. This is the date, October 7th, 1918. And now we're in October 1924. So 7 years has passed. 7 years has passed since 1918, and now it's October 20th, 1924. See? October 20th, 1924. And that was my lighter from October 7th, 1918. 7 years ago. So what happened 7 years ago? Maybe. I was in World War One. Possibly. Possibly.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
The barn owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case. But when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got the proof against you.
I should get rid of all this stuff.
A phone is ringing.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
So I'm a private detective Pierce. Edward Pierce. I need to keep in my psychology to the good sanity level. And I must not give in to the occultism.
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, do you do...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it carries.
That was the guy in my dreams. That was definitely a guy in my dreams. He had the same symbols. Same red outfit. That's him. But who is he? What is he? This painting depicts a monstrous silhouette threatening a woman and a child. Flames can be made out in the background. Stephen Webster, the father of Sarah Hawkins, thinks that this is linked to the death of his daughter.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Where did she live? Your daughter, Sarah Hawkins.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. The police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to go to that island. How interesting. I had a vision in the dreams where it appears to be that island and that individual. That's on the painting. What a coincidence. After I had the dream, that you show up at my doorstep and show me that painting.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
And what do you think I'll find there once I get there?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Well, I guess that's where we're going to go. I guess that's where I have to go. I have no choice but to go there. It seems.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Alright, I guess I've got all the information I need regarding this case. For now. I'll keep you posted once I arrive at the Warehouse 36. And if I find anything, you'll be the first one to know.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Well, I guess we're about to enter the darkness and madness on that island. I think I need some whiskey. Yeah. Right about now. I will drink it.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
The Learning of Medicine, Volume 1. A dense work. A dense work aimed at the interns and young practitioners. This first volume lists all the illness known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatments. Simon Hawkins, deceased, only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins. He died in fire that claimed his whole family. Stephen Webster, businessman, age 63, a wealthy businessman, well respected in Boston area. Stephen Webster came to see me in order that I investigate the death of his only daughter, Sarah Hawkins. The man accepts neither refusal nor inconvenient truth. He's ready to do anything to prove that his daughter was not mad. Sarah Hawkins, age 33. Occupation, painter. Sarah Hawkins, a painter, known for her tortured artistic universe. She was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and the rarity of her public appearances. I seem to remember that she once said, "I paint what my dreams whispered to me." Her marriage to Charles Hawkins, years ago, surprised high society columnist, a wealthy Boston heiress known for her party-going, chooses to follow her new husband and live as a recluse on the island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front pages of newspapers, and nobody heard any more about her. Even her death in fire remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continued to seek the truth. All right, we need to. What just happened? I guess we need to leave for Darkwater Island and look for the warehouse 36. Warehouse 36.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Before I leave for that island, Darkwater, let me have a drink, because I'm going to need it. I wonder what awaits me at the warehouse 36, Darkwater Island.
I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
And here we are. Chapter 2. Darkwater Port. Private detective. Whiskey. Whiskey Edward Pierce. A drinker and a private detective. Private detective Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting on the shipping label, an address, a warehouse, set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be starting point for Pierce's investigation.
Almost there.
I do have to admit, he does look like a character from Max Payne 3. There's some similarities here. Call of Cthulhu. Yes.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
See how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots!
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
So why are these sailors getting all upset?
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots!
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Let's have a drink, shall we? I feel like having a drink.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Yeah, well, maybe you should tell your friends to show some respect and not spit right in front of me.
You saw it just like me. That bum deserved a lesson.
Yeah, but he's a regular, and you're not.
I can see that you and I are off to a bad start. I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
I guess I'll have that drink now.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
I guess I'm not going to have that drink. Thank you for your time.
That'll be all for now.
And what is a lovely lady like you doing here? In a sailor's bar.
What you looking at, stranger?
Exactly what I just said. What is a woman like you doing in a place like this? with all of these fishermen, sailors.
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger.
I see. We got off on the wrong foot.
I told you to beat it.
Okay, fine. Let's talk to the Fitzroy. I guess you must be Fitzroy, huh?
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
You seem to like that book, don't you?
Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Thank you for collecting that information for me.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
The terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. Cat.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned. These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. That's all I'll get from them.
We got some clues over here. There seems to be some sort of a tradition here with whales. They've been hunting whales, and they even named a bar called Stranded Whale. A bar where liquor is served with total impunity. It's the last thing I expected to find when I arrived on this island. The Stranded Whale is its name, and it's managed with an iron hand by the owner, a certain Mitchell. He does not tolerate troublemakers, and he fiercely protects the identity of his supplier. All the inhabitants of the area seem to go there, and I even saw what looks to be a truce between the bootleggers and sailors. I think I've got everything I need here. A lovely place, wouldn't you say, Mr. Fitzroy?
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights of the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Why the Warehouse 36 is prohibited. People are talking about strange things happening in there. Voices, screams, an uneasy feeling. Why is that?
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
I have no idea.
You tell me.
I thought you would have worked it out. It belonged to Charles Hawkins. Ship owners from father to son.
I see. That explains those loading manifests. Too bad I can't get much out of them. I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about the Darkwater? And why such a catchy name, Darkwater? If you know what I mean. Darkwater. Not kind of a name that's going to attract a lot of tourism, is it? And anyway, who is Cat?
I found a threatening letter signed by a certain Cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Interesting.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
Okay. By the way, your documents that you gave me are really unreadable. I can barely make out anything on what you wrote.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder?
I think this is gonna go deeper than I thought. I have a feeling this story, once I start digging more about this place and about Hawkins, I think we might find some more stuff here. You know what they say? When you start peeling off that onion, oh, does it never end? You keep peeling it and peeling it and peeling it and peeling it off, and you're just amazed at the layers that it's hiding itself from itself.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Let's go check out this warehouse.
Idiots. Get it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an old man.
Oh, yeah?
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh? We saw what you did to St. Brendan. Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
So who is Saint Brendan?
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the Navigator. He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty. There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue. Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us. What brings you to Darkwater?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum. They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder? They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors. If only they would kill each other.
Who's Cat? Is that a woman that I saw in a bar?
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing. Nothing at all.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Boy, we don't have a clear conscience.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's gonna be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
Gentlemen, you have a problem.
What? Who do you take yourself for, stranger?
Your boss is very unhappy with your work.
Oh yeah? You're bluffing.
She said those knuckleheads are incapable of staying at their post.
Darn it.
You think he's telling the truth?
We'll find out. Prove that you really know Cat.
We were working together before you were born.
You think she's a fossil like you?
I'm older than her, you idiot.
What an amateur. Go on, beat it. We've seen enough of you.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
Cat, she's your boss.
What?
You listen to keyholes.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope you had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
What happened to the statue of St. Brendan? Dreadful.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors?
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
I bid you gentlemen farewell. If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
There's got to be another way around.
Trouble. You can't understand. You're not seeing.
The doctor, what did he say?
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. Just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message. I told you to beat it. I told you to beat it.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens. We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course. They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I heard the Hawkins family owned a warehouse on the docks.
An old family of ship owners.
Tell me something I don't already know.
They were made much richer by the miraculous catch.
You shouldn't talk about the dead like that.
We're not speaking ill, we're just saying that Daniel Hawkins made a fortune without taking any risk.
There! You're speaking ill, you see?
It's your proof that the miraculous catch really did happen.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847. It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger. So long.
So this woman, Kat, she must know a lot about that warehouse. And what goes on in that warehouse.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
Don't worry about me. Worry about yourself.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
That's part of my job, you know that, right? I'm a private detective. That's what we do as private detectives. We have dealings with people. Like her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave. It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
You just need to find a way to open it. There seems to be a ladder. Ah, there we go.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating, but it's been completely taken to bits. There must be some spare parts amid all this clutter.
There we go.
A ratchet device. Exactly what I need. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
There we go.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
All right, let's mount the cogwheel. See what happens. I think we'll need one more. You know, this reminds me of Siberia a little bit. I don't know if you guys ever played Siberia 1, Siberia 2, Siberia 3. There has to be some more stuff here. Huh? There we go. Got it.
This handle will be perfect for the winch.
Finally. Finally, we got it.
Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle.
There you go. I like the fact that the game it's automatically saved. I think this will be our way into Warehouse 36. Jesus Christ.
Smoke. It's coming from this oil. I hope it's not toxic.
What the hell is that? What the hell was that? The Illusional Investigator. Oh my god. You're such a delusional private investigator. Aren't you?
This is primitive.
It seems like some kind of a cult. It's been happening here.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case? Let's see. The door is blocked on the other side. Can't sleep. I know how that feels. It smells as bad as it looks. Who has enough money to buy painkillers but stays in a place like this? Someone treasures this crumpled picture to the point of sleeping with it. What happened here? Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
I think she was part of the occult. That's all I can think of here. But that also begs the question about her father. What kind of connections did her father have with this occult?
Someone has settled in here. And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! You again. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Wound up? You mean messed up?
No. We don't take no lessons from the likes of you. We do our job carefully and fairly. No stone was left unturned.
Really? Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
This cat, she's something else. I already like her. She's something else.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I don't believe the fire is the only reason this house is in such a state.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
Huh. It's really that old.
Come on, let's leave the stories of the dead alone. Nothing to do with your case anyhow. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
He's clearly not doing any gardening.
You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
Is there anything I should be wary of?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
You seem to know this place very well.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Let's go up there. Let's see what we can see.
Night falls quickly, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Sure, you can come along.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing, let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her. Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins. Poor kid.
I like how you can balance your character, make your character more balanced with your psychology, with your eloquence, and your medicine and strength. I want to focus more on the eloquence, because with the eloquence I have the ability to influence those who talked by your power of speech. So this is more like a manipulation, influence, the ability to be able to persuade people to change their minds and to persuade them to do something for you that you need them to do. So eloquence is definitely that one perk that I'm looking to upgrade as much as possible. And of course also my psychology needs to be advanced as well. Alright, so now we know that Edward Pierce has a mental trauma. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took a part in the Meuse-Argonne offensive. He's one of the few survivors of the Lost Battalion, American units that suffered heavy losses from the enemy and Allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades, without food or medical supplies, the soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and a liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Well, we most certainly got some clues over here. Officer Bradley, age 37. I'll be honest, he looks nothing like 37 years old.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined.
1693 by Reverend John Wickwood. I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me. Psalms 3:5. This was built in 1693.
I'll have to find another entrance. This entrance is still in use.
Whoa!
Whoa!
You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Sarah Hawkins' father sent me here to investigate the death of his daughter.
Webster, huh? I understand how he feels. But me? I want the dead to rest in peace. And that means kicking the ass of gumshoes like you.
Why would you not want me to help understand what happened here?
I've got nothing to hide. Tell me what you're doing here. And no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked. And I make sure it stays that way.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then, just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you. Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
You know, I do understand that these games are not for everyone. But that's the whole point. Not every game it's made for everyone. Oh, what the hell was that? Did you hear that? Anyway, my point being is this game is for specific type of players who like mystery and detective work, figuring out what's going on, you know, trying to find out what happened, putting the pieces together, right? It's a detective game that has that mystery what's the word I'm trying to put here? What the hell was that? What I'm trying to say is like a mystery, science fantasy, and a horror fiction, right? So you have a detective game with science, fantasy, and horror fiction. And I think that's what H.P. Lovecraft was all about. Was about the mystery. You know, like the Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone is a perfect example, right? The Out of Limits, another great example. You don't really know what's really going on. You think you might know, but you really don't. And it's that intrigue of mystery and science fantasy and horror fiction, that enigma, that monolith of combination of all of these elements, horror fiction, fantasy, science, weird science, that creates this enigma mystery around it, you know. Nothing it's as it seems. Everything it's much more mysterious. You know what I mean? And that's what H.P. Lovecraft was all about. The author. Howard Phillips Lovecraft. That's his name.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
If you guys ever played like Siberia 1, 2, and 3. If you guys ever played like Myst and a game that's called D and D2, it's kind of like that. But this is specifically based on Howard Phillips Lovecraft. He's the author of The Call of Cthulhu. And this game, it's based on Howard Phillips Lovecraft, also commonly known as H.P. Lovecraft. Because a lot of people are asking, I hear this word Lovecraft, what does that mean? It's the author. That's the name of the author, Howard Phillips Lovecraft. And this is based on the American author, Howard Phillips Lovecraft. And there's many, books that he has written. There's many books that are based on H.P. Lovecraft. And I started like doing more research on this author, and very intriguing books. Very intriguing. Some of the stories, man, that he writes, and they're all fictional, yeah. But my God, they're so intriguing. Like the whole unknown. Like, you think you know what's going on, but you really don't. You think you got it all figured out, but you really don't, right? And let me give you some of the quotes that came in from H.P. H.P. Lovecraft. It is better to laugh at man from outside the universe than to weep for him within. Think about that. It is better to laugh at man from outside the universe than to weep for him within. Here's another good one. The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear. And the oldest and strongest kind of fear is the fear of the unknown. Wow. That's exactly what I was talking about. Yeah. This one really stays with you, doesn't it? The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind, it's fear. And the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown. There's a courage of happiness as well as courage of sorrow. Interesting. Here's some of the statements that he made. regarding his books. He says the process of delving into the black abyss is to me the keenest form of fascination. The process of delving into the black abyss is to me the keenest form of fascination. You know, but this one really stuck with me. Interesting. And I'm just reading some of his quotes, man, and they're really powerful. Wow. Listen to this. That is not a dead witch, can eternal lie, and with strange aeons, even death may die. Yo. The frontier of the unknown can never do more than scratch the surface of eternal, unknowable infinity. Yo. The process of delving into the black abyss is to me the keenest form of fascination. So he was always fascinated by mystery and darkness and I guess one could say he might have been into the whole black magic, you know, ritual thing. If you know, if there's a one guy I could probably think of who was part of some sort of a black magic, secret occult, dark secret occult. And this is something that even Christopher Lee has warned people about. Stay away from black magic. Stay away from this unknown dark side. It will change you forever. It will take your soul. And it makes you wonder about this. I don't know, he just fascinates me now. Like this guy, I want to learn more about this author and his life. H.P. Lovecraft, you know. Because I'm fascinated, dude. I'm always intrigued and fascinated by everything. You know, I'm a very curious, the word curious, very curious person. My curiosity My curiosity is always high. I always wonder, you know, why do certain individuals think certain way? Why do certain individuals have certain perspectives on certain things? What's going on inside our mind is a very it's a monolith. It's a monolith that's connected to the universe. You know, trying to dig into that, you're gonna lose yourself in there. And I think that's what he was referring to, losing himself into the black abyss. And to him, that's the keenest form of fascination. He's fascinated by that. And I can see the intrigue. I can see the fascination. Why someone would be fascinated by, you know, the intrigue of the unknown. I think we all are fascinated and intrigued by the unknown. You know, the unknown. You know, I think that's what keeps us going. It's curiosity. We're always curious of the unknown, you know.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Probably an argument. Most likely. Yo, are you guys seeing that? Are you guys seeing that? See the face? See the face? You see that face? Manifesting. Oh, that's creepy.
Pierce, daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Let's see if I can
Silas
find
managed to
something
bring the
the
fire
cops
under
missed.
control, but it was already too late for the Hawkins.
They had a fight. Why? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Did it stop at the time of the fire? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Did someone escape the fire? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
Much of this evidence simply contradicts the investigation's findings.
Really? Tell me about it.
Well, nothing about this makes any sense.
I can tell where young Simon was, but not his parents. Where were their bodies found?
I can't help you on that one. Charles and Sarah's bodies had already been carried away when I got here.
Without your authorization? By whom?
Marshall, Andrews, Chief West. We never deal with cases like that, you know. So... well...
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
It's quite a building, don't you think? You know that the Hawkins were among the
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance. If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. This door is locked. What will her room reveal about her? This padlock is too complicated for me. It's no use. The padlock won't give. It's no use. The padlock won't give. boys' room. A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him. This door is locked. There's something disturbing about this painting.
Ah, that explains it all. So they were part of the cult. See, there's some sort of a ritual here. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Yes. I have to go to the bathroom.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
This could come in handy. All of these individuals that she sold the painting to. Could give us some leads and some more clues as to whom she was involved with. Were these guys part of some kind of a cult? Was she selling the paintings to some sort of an occult, you know? These are the questions that we are going to have to ask and figure out what's going on.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why.
Francis Sanders. Maybe because he's the leader of the occult. Look at this.
Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
Who was this guy? Maximilian. That's what I want to know. Who was this guy? Don't forget your friend, who was the first to recognize your genius and display it to the world to see. Affectionately yours, Maximilian. This is the guy we should be looking for and questioning. Maximilian.
This door is locked. It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Did you hear that?
Hear what? The thunder? Yeah. I heard the thunder many times. Usually when it's raining. Usually when there's a big storm. Big storm. I hear thunder.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
The hell is this? Crowbar?
A crowbar could prove useful.
For what?
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose? This door is locked.
Oh, here we go. There's something here.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
There's got to be something here. This ritual. I'm telling you. Something here with this ritual. I just need to figure out the clues. There's got to be some clues with this ritual. What is this?
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other. The door is blocked on the other side.
What the hell is this?
The door is blocked on the other side. This door is locked. It's no use. The padlock won't give. What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police? Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla.